Start recording. There we go. Oh, no. Ooh, not bad. Not bad at all. How does she have a +8 to initiative? That's pretty wild.
And still rolled a 3.
Did she? I didn't even look. All right.
Brad, I'm wondering if for your own sanity, if you have a different token you could use for either Jeremiah or the Dwarven Ranger.
Good.
Or maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe they're. Unless you want to treat them as a group or something, or maybe they have the same stats. I don't know.
Trying to see if there's a, because some of these have like. Yeah, here we go. This guy will be Jeremiah.
I hope it's a bullfrog.
I was thinking it. Every time someone says Jeremiah, I just hear the rest of it in my head.
Yep.
And one of these has to be a dwarf. There, that guy looks like a dwarf. All right, hold on. He went first? Wow, good job, dwarf. Well done.
You said he was a ranger, right?
Yes.
So I'm sure his favored enemy are large antlered
birds.
flying creatures. Yes.
Large birds.
Yes.
All right. So as this thing's swooping down, he reaches and grabs. He grabs out a longbow, draws an arrow, pulls it to his ear, and fires. Look out above us! And he watches the arrow streaks up and slams into the creature's chest. It doesn't even seem to notice. Shit! Run! And he runs 5, 10, 15,
20.
All right, so it's the creature's turn. Its wings tucked in tight to its body. Its mouth open. It swoops down. And comes in through here. And it makes 2 attacks. Vanya, it attacks you with 1. It takes a beak and it chomps at you. It misses with a 12. But as it's swooping past, it takes a swipe at Lucilla. Sorry, I just got a hair in my mouth. Gross.
It's even worse if it's still attached to the cat.
Yeah. or the grudge monster that's sneaking up behind me.
Oh, yeah.
Long hair right there.
Swoops down and hits Lucilla with a massive talon attack. It swipes across her midsection. You watch as it peels away parts of her armor and lacerates her sides, sending a spray of blood into the grass at her feet. She takes 19 slashing damage.
Oh,
Holy shit. Bye. Bye.
And its large wings like extend outwards and catch the air, and it pulls up and flies straight up. And I'll say, as far as speed goes, he's about 30 feet up above you by the time his turn ends.
30 feet.
Yes.
Cool.
Vanya, you're up.
I'll try not to cluster, so I'll just back up a little bit towards the river. I'll say here. But I guess before I go.
So this is a pathway.
Oh, path. Sorry. But before I go, I will just cast Bless on. Yeah, why not? I'll do level 2. So I'll get the party Hiss, Hissick, Lucilla.
And Lucilla?
Yeah.
And I forget, they add a D4 to their stuff?
It's coming. Yeah, attack roll or saving throw. They can add D4.
Perfect.
And yeah, that's all I'll do this round.
How long does that last?
Huh. It does not say. A while, I hope.
I think it's a minute, but it requires concentration.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
Yeah, it is concentration.
Okay. We'll call it that.
Yeah,
All right.
1 minute.
Yuki, you are up.
So here's the thing. Ukala has a hand axe that returns when he throws it that Master Hiss gave to him. But I believe because it's a weapon, it requires attunement, which means he can no longer be attuned to it because he's now attuned to his tattoo, what did we get, necklaces that help against divination magic,
Yes.
and his axe. All that to say, I don't think he can be attuned to the hand axe, but he can still throw it. It just won't.
It's true.
Just like fall down or something. So anyways, he's going to rage. With bonus action. So the familiar sort of familiar sort of war chant goes through the air. You see kind of hints of his spectral warriors appear.
Yep,
And
the
then-
two of them do appear.
Returning weapon does not require attunement.
Really?
Yeah, I
Um,
thought it did. But
Amazing.
it's one of the few artificer infusions that do not require attunement. It also gives a +1 to attack and damage rolls, which I did not know.
Oh. Well, let me just, so I don't waste time, I'll just do this normally and we'll add a +1 to the attack roll in case it All right, so he'll try to. Let's see. What is the range on a? He'll try to hit it with this hand axe. Oops, that is not. My macros are out of. It doesn't matter. He's gonna miss if it's a hand axe, anyways.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at something. Alright, I'm sorry, so this would have been your hand axe attack here?
Yeah, my macros must be messed up, but that's not gonna hit.
Yeah, you throw it into the air, and it flies at the creature, missing it, and it returns back to you, and you try to catch it, but you miss it, and it like flies past you and like sticks into the wall of the palisade wall.
Well, shoot, I'll spend the rest of my turn getting my pickaxe out of the wall.
Roll a strength check for me.
You got it.
With advantage. Due to you being super angry. Yeah, you pull it free pretty easily, sending chunks of plaster falling down to your feet. Lucilla's up, holding her side. She pulls out her crossbow, aims up at the creature, and where is this? Fires. She hits it, dealing it 12 piercing damage. And where's her? Where is her sneak attack? Does she get sneak attack? I don't think so.
If she's within 5 feet of a friendly, I think.
No, if the enemy is 5 feet within a creature considered an enemy to it. Or if it's just Lucilla and it by themselves, there's swashbuckler.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Or she had advantage.
But she does not. So the bolt does hit it. It's a normal crossbow bolt. Slams into its chest. It screams in pain, and it deals it 12 damage. All right, Hiss, you're up.
Well. Can you use my... Yeah, I'll double check something. Okay, yeah. Hold on that then. And just... Scorching Ray it? What's worse gonna happen? Terrible consequences? I don't know those.
Scorch away. Oh,
Goodness
absolutely. Scorching rays. All three of them fly from your hand, and in Hissik style fashion, all three hit him, searing into its skin. You hear the burnt crackle of flesh and feathers, and this acrid smell kind of waft down to you, and then you deal 12, 19, and 23 points of damage. Well done.
Nice.
It turns and looks to find you, Hiss. And you watch as it's on its way up. It tucks its wings in tight to its body, rolls in a barrel roll, flips over, and dives straight down towards you in a legendary action. It slams into the ground next to you and tries to bite you, Hiss.
Yeah, we're just gonna shield that. I'm pretty sure he's got PTSD of being almost eaten now.
Well, you're certainly going to try, but does your shield block a 25?
Oh.
No, it does not.
So as
But it
this
was worth a shot.
huge maw just opens up, a mouth that seems to be able to swallow you, it comes roaring in and slams down, trying to eat you whole. You hold your hands up, and this blue opalescent shield surrounds you, and both the top and bottom beaks slam into it, causing sparks to shoot all over the ground around you. You strain, and against the immense strength of the beast, your shield cracks, and you dodge to the side a little bit, and it takes a chunk out of your shoulder. It deals you. Hold on. It's that plus an additional 2d8. So 11 plus 3. You take 14 piercing damage.
As that happens, you see one of the ancestors of one of Ukala's ancestral guardians appear briefly and kind of take some of the blow for Hiss and kind of put himself in where the maw is coming down and take some of the damage to reduce it for Hiss.
Perfect. Roll that die for me.
All right.
Are you at 10th? Oh, we're at 10th level, so it should be
3d6.
3d6.
Oh, not bad. Let me roll another. Dope.
Wow. So you only take
You
4
did
damage
say-
from that.
You did say another.
Whew.
Woo! All right. Is that your reaction?
That is my reaction.
All right, fantastic. All right, Hisek, you're up. The creature's now on the ground.
Yes. I'm going to step back,
Okay.
take a bit of a, couple steps and step up onto the rail or whatever ledge
Mhm.
and jump down. I was hoping to do this when it was in the air, but I want to try to land on it.
Okay. Go ahead and do a athletic or acrobatics check for me. Perfect landing.
Another natural 20.
You step back, launch off the top of the wall, and do a flip, landing on the beast, perfectly square between the shoulder blades.
And I'm going to start.
Look at that critical spread. It hits it. Bam, you smash it for 11 damage or 12 damage.
And I would like to stun it.
Okay. Hold on. Let me do. What's the save these days?
Should be 16. I think it's based on my wisdom, right?
Let me see here. As you punch it between the shoulder blades, you feel its body seize up for a moment, but it loosens again.
Okay. Another one.
That hits again for another 12.
No, it should be 11. The piercing. I need to turn that off.
Okay,
That's
so
for my
another 11.
and another stunning strike. Take away a key.
Con save. Gets a 16, so it passes.
And one more.
Hits again for another 12.
Let's do another strike. Another stunning.
As you're just laying into this creature, let me see here, just punching it and punching it and punching it, it does not get stunned, but you are just like laying into it. You feel its bones, its hollow bones bend and crack. Sorry, my coughing, guys. Bend and crack underneath your blows. Anything else?
No, I'll stay where I'm at.
All right, it's going to use another legendary action to like I'm not gonna say it can attack you on its back. It's gonna attack Hiss one more time with its talons.
Aw, my buddy.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Using its last legendary action.
It's really mad that I tried to cook it.
It's a critical hit.
All right, goodbye, everyone.
Its talons like in furious. It's just like shrugging left and right and spinning around, trying to get to Hisik as he's got one handful of feathers, just smashing it in between the shoulder blades, breaking its bones. It roars in fury, sees you out of the corner of its eye, Hiss, and you make eye contact with it. In a blink of an eye, its talon swipes across you, dealing you 23 slashing damage.
Oh,
Ow.
also, I'm sorry to say, for the sake of integrity, you actually have one additional hit point of damage as well. I'm not 10th level in Barbarian, so it's in the class, not the.
It's true. It's true. 24 damage. All right, so we're at the top of the initiative order. Jeremiah and the other scout lean out, both with their bows. Jeremiah tries to put some distance between them, and they both pull out their bows and fire arrows at the creature. One misses, but one hits as one of the arrows like flies true and slams into the side of the creature's head. And that's their turn. It's going to be the Perryton's turn. All right, so. All right, you see this like kind of shadowy wave distort your vision and kind of this creature like looks around wildly. Hisik, it turns and looks at you, and you watches this like warped wave hit you in the chest. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
With bless.
With bless.
Okay, it does it to you, it does it to Vanya, and it does it to Hiss. You pass, Hisik. Go ahead, Vanya and Hiss. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throws, please. Vanya, you pass as well. Hiss also passes. You guys feel this like in this wave of almost will press upon you, seeking to drag your spirit down, but you push through it, and you feel it wash away, taking no effect on you. The Perryton seems to recognize this, and it again will, let me see here, try to gore. It's going to try and gore you, Hisik, on its back. Its head spins around on its like really kind of pliable neck, and it tries to bite you. Oop, just one. A 19.
AC is 21.
It misses you, of course. And it's going to then swipe at randomly. There's 3 in range. I'm going to roll a d4, and I'm going to choose that way. And it's rage. Yukala. It's going to try to hit you with its talons. An 18.
That is my armor class, so that hits.
Okay. 16 slashing damage, reduced by half, is going to be 8. 8 slashing damage. And with that, the creature is going to take flight and fly into the air. 60 feet above you. It's full speed, directly above you. Well, that's not how birds work, so we'll say 5, 10, 15, and he's about 45 feet above you. Hisik, make either an athletics check or an acrobatics check to try and stay on its back. If that's what you want to do.
Oh, what the?
Okay, as it reaches its zenith, it spins end over end, flipping you towards the ground, and you fall off 45 feet down below it. I imagine you don't take any damage. 5 times your monk level. So I guess it's 4d10s of damage. Right? No, 4d6s, I'm sorry.
5 times my monk level.
So it would have been 14 damage, so 5, yep, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. He gets his legendary resistance back, or not resistance, but it's actions. And Vanya, you're up.
I imagine this is looking rough, right?
She's bleeding all over the ground.
Yep. So I'll hightail it back across the field to Hiss. I'll put a hand on her little head and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Thank you.
I tried to do it at level 2, but it will not upcast this.
If you just want to roll another d8, you're good.
I'll just roll another d8.
Can't believe it just went petty and just slapped me while being, grappled and ridden by a monk.
14. Alright, Yuke, you're up.
Alright. Ukala will fasten the returning hand axe to his belt and pull out the big, I don't know if there's a name for it, the great axe, the bone great axe, the white one, like stone.
The stone,
isn't it?
There is no name. It is yet to be named.
And he will step in front of his, move. Yeah, move in front of Lucilla and Hiss, in case the creature comes back, and save his attack for when it's in range. In range for if it does attack, I suppose. I shouldn't assume it will.
Okay.
So triggering action would be creature gets in range.
Okay. It's actually Lucilla's turn. And because I accidentally skipped her. She's going to grab you, Hiss, and try to pull you towards the gate. Are you willingly allowing that to happen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hiss, come on! She grabs you by the shoulders and starts pulling you towards the gate. So she's going to dash. She's going to use all of her actions to do that. I'm going to say she can't use her rogue dash. And she's going to push you through the gap in the gate to the other side.
Neat.
And it is now your turn, Hiss, even though I skipped you on the turn order.
Okay. I'm still able to see out the gate, right?
Yes. And you can move through it if you want. Like, you're small enough to kind of move through it. Well, everyone else kind of has to squeeze through the gap, but you'd be able to kind of move through.
So, how far away is the deer bird monster thing?
Pythagorean's theorem states he's 45 feet up and about 30 feet away from the front of the gate.
So I can firebolt it.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, cool. Are you gonna do the roll? I believe when you roll 20, you can do it.
If you scoot back through the gate, you could firebolt it.
Okay. Then it should walk forward a little bit,
Okay.
blast it,
Fair enough.
and then
You like
walk
peek
back.
out from the gate, extend your little hand out, and fire the firebolt, hitting it in the shoulder, dealing 22 damage.
I'm really kind of mad that my firebolt almost did the same damage as my
Holy
stealth
sm-
slot did.
How do you have 3 d10s at that? Is that at 10th level?
Yeah, wait, what happened to that?
Firebolt should be
2 d10s of that at level 10, right?
Wait, it's 1d10 at 5 it goes to 2d10. I think at 10 it goes to 3.
Yeah, he doesn't get extra bolts. He just gets extra damage.
Jiminy Christmas. Dear God. It's Jason Bourne. You deal 22 damage to this beast. Just
Yeah,
punching a
3.
hole through its wing.
3d10 at 11th level, which is what we're at now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 22 damage.
I mean, if we had a warlock, this is when they'd start popping off.
Yeah. Things will get real spicy. All right, Hissik. You're up.
I'm going to draw my bow and shoot baby arm at it.
All right. Hold on. Wrong thing here. Give me 1 second. As you grab the bow, this soft echoing weeping echoes within your mind, reverberating almost between your ears and filling up your mind. Let me see here. You are filled with this like echoing sadness. You feel like an emptiness in your heart, but the arrow flies true, slamming into the creature. What's this +4? Is that? Oh, that's bless.
Plus.
Yeah. The arrow slams into the creature, dealing another 14 damage
15.
with the piercing. I thought you said that was no bueno.
No. Now it's
That's
no
your
good with
ranged.
unarmed.
Right.
It's my ranged. Yep.
Copy that. I sure can't say.
Well, another baby arm.
All right, fire away.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All right, so as you grab another arrow, knock it pull it to your ear, you hear a wailing scream of terror and pain. The arrow, you release it in a shock, and the arrow just flies off wide, nowhere close. Let me see here. And you lose, like you're done. You can't move. Everything else that you would do in that turn is done. As you're just overcome with this like intense feeling of sorrow and pain and terror. And
Am I charmed or frightened?
neither. You're like, it's almost like you're just stunned for the duration of that turn until your next turn. Like whatever actions, bonus actions, reactions that you haven't taken yet, you can't take until your next turn. Same thing with movement. Okay, so it's going to use its legendary action to fly at you, Yukala. And it's going to make a talon attack. It hits, dealing you 20 slashing damage.
Nice.
Reduced to 10. And it's going to fly back up. It's going to fly back up about 20 feet. Is probably all the movement it has left.
I get my saved action when it attacks me? Can
Absolutely.
I make it an attack?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I forgot about that, or I wouldn't have attacked you. Just kidding.
So, I think I'm doing this right. This weapon does an additional D12 when I'm raging.
Yes, and you can only wield it normally when you're raging. Otherwise, it's at disadvantage because it's so
That's
flippin' heavy. But
that is not plus bless, but I don't know. 26 to hit.
you absolutely hit it. As it comes in and slashes you with its talons and starts trying to fly past you as fast as it can, you swipe at it with this great axe, just roaring in pain and in absolute rage, ignoring the pain. It's almost like an afterthought. And you smash it in the neck, and you feel this great stone axe and the weight of it catch slightly, but only just on this neck as its wings unfurl and it pulls up to get out of range. Your axe lops off this creature's head absolutely completely, and you watch as the head flies off in one direction, slamming into the ground, spilling blood all over the long knee-length grass. The body itself catches the updraft as wind hits the wall, and it carries the Peryton up over the wall, and it spins in a lazy arc and barrel roll up over the edge of the wall and disappears beyond. And you hear a crash as it collides with the trees on the other side. Hiss, you see this as this massive bird bleeding huge gouts of blood all over the inside of the garden beyond, just crash into these trees here. And with that, we will end the initiative order.
Terrifying. And fun fact, that can be a paladin's flying mount.
Oh, with summon greater steed.
Yeah.
Sorry about the coughs. Isaac, you just kind of like snap out of it slowly. You come to after about 6 or so seconds, kind of shake your head, the scream just kind of fading off into a memory. You look down at your bow. It looks the same. Put it away. Jeremiah runs up as he's slinging his bow. Oh, shit. Now that was a bird. Good job, everyone. I hope it didn't get any of our friends in there.
Sick, you alright?
Yeah, did you get a little rattled from your fall, or?
No, the fall, no, but this weapon is a vile thing. I don't think I want it any longer. I would like to try to break it over my knee.
Okay, go ahead and make a athletics check for me. And you still probably have bless at this point. Well, it's not a save or an attack throw, so. So you take it and slam it across your knee. All you feel is a smarting pain across your thigh. It doesn't bend at all.
I would like to hand it to Ukala to see if he can break it. If I can hand it to him and if he'll take it.
You can hand it to him.
Sure. Does anything happen when I take the bow from him?
You feel a feeling of sadness, emptiness, hopelessness. But that's it so far. Just kind of permeates your soul.
See, I
I
told
think I
you.
could clench his teeth and try to shake it off and just like think about all the things that these witches, these hags have taken from him and his friends and try to just tear it apart. Break it over his knee like Isaac.
You smash it over your knee and you feel the hard wood bend but not break, and so you take it and put it against your knee and you start pulling with your right hand and your left, and you feel it bend and crack, and as you do so you hear the bow scream in pain. It wails at you, and you hear the voice coalesces from wails of torment and screams to 2 words. As they scream at you the words, release me. And then the bow cracks. And it cracks like at the handle, almost where the arrow rest would be. It takes so much force that you're kind of taken off guard, and it almost sends you like backwards onto your butt, and you land holding each piece. And as you look where the bow has cracked and opened up, you can see half of a head. And it looks to be it's a face of a small humanoid-like creature with pointed ears petrified into wood. its eyes wide, its pupils pinpoint, its face a mask of terror and pain. Unmoving, made of wood, but that's what you see. The bow itself, still in your hands, gives off the feeling of powerlessness and hopelessness and pain. But it is now no longer usable as a bow.
I will pick it back up and put it into my quiver.
Okay.
What do we need to do to release the whatever poor soul is trapped within it? I don't know if this is done yet.
I don't think it's done. I thought maybe breaking it would just do something maybe more than. Well, I was really hoping to just make it unusable, but I think when this is done, maybe we can talk to Vanya and see if she can do something to help this poor soul.
I might. There's a spell I've been meaning to try. It needs diamond dust, which we only have diamonds right now, but...
Well, I may be able to punch a diamond enough to...
Yeah, if y'all want to crack a diamond, like, we can try.
It's the reverse Superman.
Right. I think also before we leave, we might try to get up to the beast's roost. There may be something up there worth.
I mean, like an egg.
Oh. And I was merely thinking loot.
The familiar collector over here.
Are you? I thought you wanted a very large omelet.
His takes out a little notebook, and in the notebook there's a page of like possible pets I'd like. It's like mimics one, bat has a check mark next to it.
That's right.
There's a Perryton on there.
Gotta catch them all.
I was more thinking, would they be a live birth like mammals, or would it be an egg?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I could see both.
You hear the dwarf say from the gate, "You know, it's a better question. Is if our comrades are alive or not. Shall we press on?"
Yes, let's hope there's no other unexpected visitors, yeah? But Vanya, maybe later we'll give your divine magic a try if we have the means. If not, maybe loosening the head off of another hag will... Well, no, we already killed the one that made this bow, didn't we? Never mind.
So you watch as Jeremiah and the dwarven ranger push through the gap in the gate. Lucilla follows behind, her crossbow at the ready. Scouts have their longbows ready.
Yeah, let's go.
As you guys move through the gaps in the gate and beyond, the rest of you should be able to see. I just want to double check. Okay. You see this courtyard filled with kind of fruit trees and vegetables that are just kind of, you get the impression that they're kind of barely growing. They're struggling, but they are growing. If you reach down and pull out a carrot out of the ground, it's just small, edible, but not great food. As you look in through this courtyard, you can see that it extends through a tight gap here from this kind of hill that kind of extends up here, but you see a set of large double doors here. A set of stairs here that lead up to the walkway. This main building, again, has a tiled roof. We can see in portions of it have been fixed with thatch. It's about 2 stories tall, although the towers extend quite a bit higher than that. Again, the towers, the west tower here, which you can see partially, and then there's another tower you can see here poking up over the top of the roof, but you can't see much of the barrel or the body of the tower as it's hidden by much of the house. What are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, we don't see any blood or in here, right?
No. Well, go ahead and do a survival check for me, Vanya, since you've asked. Well, first off, you do see a lot of blood in a long trail that leads over here to the body that's resting in the middle of these apple trees that are kind of over here. And that's going to be the Perryton that you guys took out. But other than that, you don't see any blood on the exterior of this building. However, you do see a large amount of humanoid footprints on the outside of this place, booted and otherwise.
Can I see? I'd like to try to figure out how old the tracks are.
Sure, go ahead and roll a survival check for me. About 2 to 3 days.
Okay. And there's like, are there any signs of like, is there like any smoke coming up from anywhere, like campfires or?
No. You do see a number of chimneys. Like there's a chimney right above here, this area. There is no smoke emanating from it or any other portion of the building. There are chimneys in other portions of the house as well that you're able to see on the walk up, but no smoke. And no fire, like the house is on fire or anything like that. She's in a house, Abby.
My initial thought is that there may not be anyone home.
They're not supposed to leave. Yeah, that's right. Supposed to stay here. There's usually a contingent about 20 to 30 rangers or elves or a mixture of such at any time.
Oh, and this is a friendly place.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
This is our
I was
abbey.
thinking- yeah. Sorry, I was thinking this was a lair that we were. Sorry.
We better go inside.
Well, this is your abbey. Was that your beast?
Oh no. Not ours. Part of our goal here is to kill creatures of that kind. Document what we see. Mind you, I haven't been here yet, or done my stint.
I want to confirm my notes with the ranger. Tracks were 2 days old, and I see no smoke from the chimney.
Yeah, and like the booted prints are even older than that.
And the non-booted tracks, were they like humanoid?
Yes, all of them are humanoid, and some of the newer tracks have there's some boot prints as well, but like the majority of the booted prints are older.
I think we should quickly look at the rest of the courtyard and then head inside.
So that was, just to confirm, that was Jeremiah who said he hasn't done his stint yet before here.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. If you hear a gruff one, that's the dwarf.
Got it.
So as you look at like the second floor here, like above, so there's a set of double doors. The second floor does have a number of windows in it along the front that you can see. Like along this edge, there are some glass windows.
Yeah, Master Ranger. Forgive me, I don't remember your name. If you had a name, are there any other ways? Are there any other ways in and out? Would it be wise for us to consider another entrance?
In truth, I haven't been here before either.
Oh, never mind then.
But my knowledge of houses, buildings, especially of this size, tell me that there are other entrances. I can only assume.
Well, what do you all think? Should we go through the front doors or try to find a side entrance? Doesn't matter at this point.
I think between the noise that we made and the beast made, I don't think there's too much surprise left to be had. I don't recommend that we kick in the doors, but
That's a good point. If a giant beast falling into the trees doesn't bring their attention.
now the fight, it did happen outside the walls, but I would think that we made more noise than just the beast out for a hunt.
Right then.
All right, you guys tell me what you're gonna do.
Slowly approach the doors and look to see if we see anyone in the windows. If we see anyone that might be. Yeah, exactly. All that sort of stuff.
Okay. So there aren't any windows that you can see on the lower floor. Those are on the second floor above, so they'd be about 12 feet above you or so. So move your guys, move your avatar where you will.
Listen at the door.
Perception check, please.
But of course.
I could look in the windows, the second floor windows, if we'd like.
Okay, let me know if you do that. First, because you put your ear to the door, you hear silence. Nothing at all.
Island is the grave. Sorry to say. For better or worse.
I'm going to go ahead and shimmy up the cracks in the masonry and get to where I can look into second floor window.
Okay. As you look in that second floor window, you back up a little bit, run at the abbey, and just kind of using your natural senses, you find these protruding rocks and cracks jumping from ledge to ledge until you reach up and grab a windowsill. Pull yourself up and peek inside. Give me a second here. You see through kind of this frosted glass that there's a door to this chamber. It's about it's about 65 feet long and 20 feet deep. As you look through it, you see that a door leads into this chamber, and it's hanging open and is being held open by the detached head of a mace on the floor that appears to look like it's acting like a doorstop. The room is modestly furnished with a cot, a table, a chest, and a chair, and there's an oddly shaped basin resting on the table with a small piece of mirror hanging from the wall above it.
Look like a wash basin, like a wash stand.
Yeah, perhaps.
Okay.
But
Doesn't look ominous, like divining, pour some blood in a bowl and...
I'm sorry, I read the wrong thing. That's a different room. My bad.
It's okay.
Might be. And actually what you're looking through are not windows. Those are arrow slits.
Oh.
My bad.
I mean, it's technically a window if you try hard enough.
That is true. They're also windows. But arrow slits set along this wall of this chamber make it a bit drafty. As you look through the murder holes, as you look through the arrow slits, you can see a couple of holes opened up into the floor of the chamber, and you can assume that they're probably murder holes, if you know what those are. You see a fireplace is set into the south wall, and there's a dusty kettle close by.
All right. I'll slide back down the wall and tell everyone that the entrance is like overwatched, but there appears to be no one there.
Alright, I say we go have a look.
Who needs a rogue when you got a monk that can shimmy up 35, 40, 50 feet of wall?
Right?
Go into another line of work and become a cat burglar.
Lucilla turns to you and says, "Well, you can't pull off these boots now, can you?"
She has a point.
Does she have special boots?
Just cool pirate boots, that's all.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about that, and for some reason my mind went to like hip waders. You're like, you're right. Can't be very agile on those.
She's got a little fishing hat on with all her lures on it.
We're going noodling.
We can talk fashion later. Let's see what's going on. He'll slowly try to quietly open the door.
They move.
While taking a look at the wood that it's made out of course.
Upon close inspection, as you're doing that, you can see. Let me see here. that these double doors appear to be recently broken open. You can see that the hinges are stressed. Portions of the where the doors meet are splintered, but as you push on the doors, you feel them move a little bit, but they don't open up. You try pulling on them because that's how you realize exterior doors work, and again, they don't move.
Is there any sort of locking mechanism that's still intact that we can see?
The locks on the doors seem to be non-functional, broken. But the doors still are not opening.
Might be barricaded.
But it seems like it should open outwards, and it's not. What if they barred it from the inside or something? I don't know.
So yeah, do you want to just go around, or do you want to try to muscle it?
It's up to you all, really. I mean, muscling through makes noise and such, but
Are there windows? You said these are arrow slits above us, but are there windows that we could climb through on the second floor?
Not on this face of the. From what you see, not on this face of the building.
When I was up on the catwalk, does it, when it meets the building, the parapet or whatnot here, does that walkway go around, or is it just end at the wall?
It ends at the wall, and there isn't like a door that goes into the turret.
Okay, that's what I was...
You did see, like right here, there seemed to be maybe like a walkway kind of thing above, like a crenulated walkway maybe up here, high up, like above the like the second floor.
I think we walk around the building to see if there's another way in before we barge in. Might as well take a little bit of time.
Okay, it's up to you. You guys do what you gotta do. Move as you please. So Hisik, as you gain that corner, you can see that like whenever this place was built, or how it was built, this is like a rocky hill that kind of is part of the island, and they had to cut through the mountain itself to make like a walkway to get around. But as you move through that kind of 5 foot tight space, you see another courtyard beyond that opens up. Some more fruit trees. Beyond, you see the bottom of this smaller east turret with a set of stairs that lead up to it.
Okay, I'll go down. I want to look up these stairs.
Okay.
Is there a door, or is that just open?
I shall show you, or tell you.
I can see into it, so I'm assuming.
Sometimes Roll20 does things wrong.
Right.
It's open.
I'll go up and look in it real quick.
Okay. The heady scent of fermentation fills this dark, windowless hole. Its walls are rough masonry, and its... never mind. No, that's right. That's correct. Its walls are rough masonry, and its floor hard-packed earth. No ladder rises to what you can see is a trapdoor in the ceiling above. There's a table along the west wall that holds a collection of copper tubing and vats, and next to it are several casks.
Do these stairs go up or down, by the way? I think they go up.
They go up.
Does this extension of the building, is it like a one-story or? Well,
Actually, yeah, no, it's they go up just a little bit though. And I'm sorry, go ahead with your question.
I just want to make sure it wasn't a cellar, and you already said there's a trapdoor above it. So is there a second story, or is that?
Yeah, so from the outside, this is like a turret.
Right. Okay. I don't see any other any way in. I mean, let me correct myself. There is potentially a way in, but there's no way up to the trapdoor. But you may like. Looks to be an area for brewing. I'll keep working my way around as I yawn. Sorry, I've only had one cup of coffee.
As you move further around, you see a large cistern full of water, almost to the brim. More fruit trees. You're not seeing any other doors or windows, at least on this side. You see that the wall continues. It's about 15 feet tall, surrounding and encapsulating this portion of the courtyard. And you do see a small break in the wall here.
Is that the Beverly Hillbillies swimming hole?
A cement pond,
Cement pond.
as it were.
I'll make my way to the break in the wall.
Okay.
Like a doorway or something.
Yeah. As you do, you see another set of steps leading up to another door.
And that's water down here.
Yes, that's like the back of the island. And you see like another tall hill, like a rocky, craggy rock formation there.
Okay. And there's been no windows on this side?
None at all. Nope. Just this door here.
Okay. So I'll go up and look back over my shoulder at the group, and I will try the handle.
Okay, and you can figure out you're kind of on the back side of this abbey, and you're again looking at like a two-story portion of the abbey still. Let's see here.
You guys want to take a break in 5 minutes?
Yes. So we'll do it. So as you check this door, you see that the door handle, as you kind of turn it, the ring turns freely. The mechanism isn't working at all, and as you even touch it, the door swings inward, and as it gets too heavy on broken hinges, it falls down on the interior of of this large chamber, and this is what you see beyond. Okay.
The look that the Hobbit gave to the group when he knocked the helmet or the bucket into the hole in Moria, it's kind of the look I give the group.
Ulavatok.
All right, so and as you guys are doing this, Jeremiah and the Dwarven Scout, who has not given you his name, continue to kind of move with you, watching your back, watching your front, kind of holding cover on areas. So what was apparently once the main barracks of the Abbey. Um, extend out before you. Numerous wooden poles have been crudely lashed together and hung with curtains to create 8-foot-high partitions throughout the room. The ceiling peaks 20 feet overhead, where a thatched roof is reinforced with wooden poles. The entire room is in shambles, with many of the partitions damaged and the curtains torn apart. Debris and the broken remains of simple furnishings are strewn about, while pools of drying blood and gore fill the room with a metallic stink.
But you said drying. So that would imply this is pretty fresh.
I'm reading flavor text here, so I'd say the pools of blood themselves are mainly dry and congealed. There are some large piles of gore that are a little bit more moist than the rest, just based on how much of it there is and how long it would take to dry completely. But if you want to know specifics, you'd have to do some investigating. But with that, let's take a 5-minute break.
We need the same Critical Role interlude video music.
Yeah, I've actually looked for that stuff because I like their music, and you can't find it.
No,
They don't
it's
sell it.
probably all. No, probably not. But I'm just saying we need fans that can create that stuff for us.
Yes.
All right, see you in a bit.
All right, 5 minutes, guys. See you back here.
Okay.
And I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hello. Just waiting for a bet.
I'm here.
Oh,
Sorry.
never mind. Alright, let me see here.
I thought my dad joke would get a little bit of amusement. Sorry though. Sorry to say it didn't.
Which dad
Bad
joke?
joke.
The fact that I lost my pizza cutter.
Oh, I didn't get that joke.
Yeah, I'd never heard of that song.
It's old. From like when I was your age.
Was Bryan Adams the guy that did that song that was in the Robin
Robin
Hood Prince
Hood?
of Thieves? Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I do it for you.
You gotta figure like the '90s was like ballad. Like
Yeah.
that was grunge and ballad, I would say, defined, and a lot of, well, kind of the start of white rappers.
Sure.
You're
Like Vanilla Ice.
Yeah,
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark.
you realize that Eminem is like 45 or 47 years old?
Wow.
Dang.
Makes sense.
Alright, so as you look into this room, you see these partitions as I've described them earlier. And what do you want to do?
I have to help my wife for a second with a technical issue.
Tactical issue. Copy that. There's also a door on the other side of this large room. So just to recap this room, numerous wooden poles have been crudely lashed together and hung with curtains to create 8-foot-high partitions throughout the room. The ceiling peaks 20 feet overhead, where a thatched roof is reinforced with wooden poles. The entire room is in shambles, with many of the partitions damaged and the curtains torn apart. Debris and the broken remains of simple furnishings are strewn about, while pools of drying blood and gore fill the room with a metallic stink. These guys, Jeremiah and the dwarf, kind of push their way past you. Oh no. What happened here? Lucilla moves in. Disgusting.
So yeah, I see a door on the other end. We should look around. Yeah,
All
do
right.
you see any bodies and stuff?
Go ahead and roll. Oh, did you roll a perception check that I missed? No, that was a while ago.
I think that was a while ago, yeah.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Boo.
You don't. You don't find any bodies, but you do see like smears of blood with a 6. Man, that's rough. Smears of blood, bloody footprints, booted and otherwise, kind of moving off in this direction. Hisik, what were you going to say?
I wanted to maybe like nature or survival to see if these are, but you kind of answered it when you were talking to her. If the remains were monstrous, beastly, or human, like the.
Roll a medical check for me. As you come up to like a pile of gore.
Not trained in medicine, but hey.
You definitely see these piles of gore are definitely human in nature. Intestines, torn out hearts, bones.
Human, elvish, dwarvish, whatever, yeah.
Yes. But mostly human. But no actual bodies. Just intestinal remains, basically. Roll a perception check, everybody.
Oh, no.
How?
Oh, nice.
Good job, Hiss.
Yeah, Hiss, as you are standing here, kind of taking it all in, looking at everyone kind of poking around, you hear a strange sound. It almost sounds like a rushing tapping, but a lot of it, and all at once. And it gets louder and louder, and it turns into a kind of a skittering noise coming your way from some of these other partitions. You see a dark mass move out from one of these partitions, and then another, and then another. And you see, as you peer in close with your dark vision, you see what appears to be a roiling mass of blood-covered rats. And they turn and kind of stop as one. Turn and look at you, and in the horrifying rush of 1,000 feet, you see this multiple swarms of rats run out from these fabric partitions and race towards you all. I want everyone to go ahead and roll initiative again.
And you said these partitions go all the way up to the ceiling, is that right?
The ceiling is being held up by these, in places, by these partitions. And mainly not the ceiling itself. This is kind of like a big main room that's kind of supported by the structure of the abbey itself with like a peaked roof. But there are some like clusters of wooden poles that are lashed together that go all the way to the roof, and it seems like they're supporting kind of jury-rigged thatched roof repairs. The other partitions are made from like lashed together pieces of wood that form like a loose framework of fabric partitions that seem to maybe like living spaces or dying spaces.
Living spaces.
But at the moment, and initiative. Ascending. All right, Vanya, you're up as these disgusting, moist, blood-covered rats squeak. It almost a unison. There's so many squeaks. It's almost like its own unique roaring sound as it mixes with the pitter patter of 1,000 feet as they race towards you, mouths hungry, ready to eat your flesh.
Vanya's usually pretty tough, but she actually kind of and in panic, she just will reach out and cast Shatter on it, and I'll just max it with my channel divinity.
Bam. Roll damage on that.
I'm just gonna max it, so 24 with channel divinity.
Oh, dang. So just 24 straight up?
Yeah.
It says 3d8. Yep, that's 24, Brad. You can do that.
Though I think they still get to make a save, so.
Ooh, they do. Let me see here. Con?
Yes.
So as these three roiling masses of rats run towards you, you like reach out, picking a point centered in the middle of these rats, and this in loud ringing noise erupts, sending the rats like. They're almost like rolling in a wave towards you, and you watch it almost like think of like a swarm of like finches, those massive clouds of birds that move as one cohesive unit, 1,000 minds thinking as one as they race towards you, propelled forward by this desperate need for food and your blood. Your spell, however, interrupts that cohesion, interrupts the cooperation. You watch as these coordinated masses thrash and fall apart and almost spread out all across the floor, writhing in pain. Some of them just plain explode, sending blood just splashing across these fabric curtains and causing the rest of them to screech in a terrible noise and one last cry. All three swarms and with like almost in unison, they all like breathe their last and sag down in just a pile of gross rats dead all over the ground.
Oh. I guess they were just rats, huh?
Ukala, you're up. What are you doing? There is a door at the end of this hallway. And you think you hear the noise of more feet.
Like pitter patter rat feet?
Lots of pitter patter.
All right. He will. Let's see. Where was I at? Can move 40, I think.
And as you're like moving through, you guys see that these do seem to be living spaces. There's clothes lying about. There's cots that are flung over, torn apart. Everything seems to be in disarray. This does seem to be some kind of a common living space, however.
Okay, Ukala won't rage yet, but he'll move his max movement, which is 40. Get here and hold his action in case something comes through the door and attacks.
Okay, what is your action?
So my action will be to attack.
Attack. Okay. Sorry.
Attack if something comes through with ill intent.
Okay.
So, I always want to call it the bone axe, but it's a stone axe. A stone axe at the ready.
You can call it the bone axe, though. It reveals bones. Lucilla pulls out her rapier and races after you, Yuke. And dashes to the door itself. Okay, Hisik, you're up.
I will walk over here and then walk towards Lucilla. And I will pull out my regular bow and ready in case something again goes through the door. That's it. Could you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're readying your attack as well.
Have you ever seen something online, short snippet video, and then you wanted to remember it and you can't find it? So frustrating.
All right. The Rangers are up. They're going to move inside. This up here. Hiss, you're up next. What are you doing? They dash over there. Hiss, you're up.
Yeah, not getting caught without people nearby. We're gonna move. We're gonna have to stop in the pile of the rats.
As you like run through the pile of rats, you like pull up your wizard's robes so they don't get gross.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll dash to get to the end.
Okay. Vanya, as you're standing there, you see another 3 swarms of rats rounding this corner, attracted by the noise, attracted by the smell of fresh blood, even if it's compatriots' blood. Why are they showing up like that? Can you guys see these rats?
Oh, now we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear them racing around the corner.
Like the cats in my house?
And they run up to you, Vanya. All 3 swarms make it to you and like surround you and swarm around your feet. And it is your turn. Although, actually they don't get to you yet because it's actually not their turn. But you do see them kind of like pouring out of the walls, pouring out from underneath the partition. What are you gonna do?
First, I'm gonna back up. Guess I'll join Hisik over here. Let him know. Dang, what am I gonna do? I'll just... Yeah, once they round the corner, we'll say I'll cast Toll the Dead on the first one I see. I'll attack.
Okay. Yuke, you're up. What do you want to do?
Can I hear that they're coming from that direction, or do I still think there's, are there like, do I hear
I'll
sounds like,
shout,
from
too.
multiple directions?
Oh yeah, you hear sounds from all over. Roll a perception check for me.
Sure. Oops, that was, I think I hit performance by accident.
Yeah, you can't tell exactly where they're coming from.
Got it.
They're coming, though. You know that.
Yeah, Vanya would say if she heard them coming, like, rats coming from the south corner.
All right. Same thing. He'll move down here. Actually, maybe I'll move over to this side so I'm not crowding Hisik, and same sort of thing. Ready an attack for when something comes into range.
Okay. Lucilla's up. She's also going to ready a melee attack. And the rats swarm through the curtains. So one swarm comes over here to you, Yuke. All right, this swarm comes up to you, Vanya, and then a swarm of rats pops out through these curtains and comes over here, Hisik, to you. And they all attack you. So, Yuke, these rats attack you. A 14.
Misses.
They're terrible. So, Hisik misses, and Vanya, they all miss because they're rats and they're the worst. So, they all miss. Hisik, you're up.
I'm going to hold my bow out to kind of counterbalance myself, and just the one group by me, I think. Zoom in.
Yeah, there's one group by you.
I'm going to kick it.
Okay. It hits.
It's a D8, not the +10. Let me turn that off.
Yeah, it definitely hits.
I will kick it again.
Hits.
And one final. Well, actually, Flurry of Blows gives me 2, I think, right?
Yeah.
Flurry of Blows. After taking attack action, I can make 2 more unarmed strikes. Yeah. So 2 more kicks.
You hit it, and with that flurry of blows, you're just basically inside this swarm of rats as they try to bite you. You're moving too fast, and you basically stomp them all out. And the few that are remaining leave and join the other rat pack.
I'll move down here in my last rat stomp.
That hits him as well, I think. Yes, it does. All right.
And with that, someone is cleaning my boots.
So the dwarf says, "Ugh, fuck this shit." And he starts yanking on the door and pushing it inward, but it's not moving. And he like throws his shoulder against the door, and he's going to go ahead and do a strength check. And as he throws his shoulder against the door, you hear the breaking of wood, and the door moves inward, and he tumbles through into the next room. Hiss, you're up.
Real quick, I think if Vanya and Yukala had held actions. Do we want to?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Thank you. Sorry about that. They ran into your space, so absolutely, go ahead.
I think Vanya was gonna cast Toll the Dead too.
That's right. The moment that they came through, so go ahead and do that for me, Vanya.
Bye, rat.
Let me just make sure I'm not raging right now.
A 14, so they fail, and they take 18 damage.
Oh crap!
That
I'm sorry.
That one is dead. That swarm of rats. As it reaches you, and Hisik runs up, and you hit him with the toll. You guys are able to dispatch that pile of rats. And Yukala, you hit your pile of rats for 14.
And Brad, I'm not raging right now because my rage would have ended. So is it
Just 12.
disadvantage or it's less?
It
I see.
is. It would be with disadvantage if you're using that great
Okay.
axe. But you
So
hit him
just
anyways,
be 12. It'd just be 12.
and you deal 12 damage. So about half of this, you just take a big sweep with this axe, and they're slow enough, and it's just a big enough pile. You just like cut a bunch and crush the rest, and about half of the pile is left. Hiss, now you're up.
I am muted. Whoops. Going to firebolt the pile of rats and then scurry in behind the dwarf because this is kind of freaking her the fuck out.
Alrighty. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Your firebolt slams into the pile of rats and sends them screaming and scurrying away. At least the very few that survived that blast. Vanya, you're up.
Good luck.
Okay, so the cat and the race tracking has started again. My wife is in her chair, and the cat just ollied off of her lap chest, and she's like, "What the?" Yeah. They
I'll
sound
just
like
toll
miniature
the dead
horses.
again on the rats near Lucilla.
There are no rats near Lucilla. That's a ranger.
Oh, that's a person?
Yeah,
My bad.
and Jeremiah ran through the door as well.
Alright, cool. I'll just run through the door then, yeah. Join the crew.
Okay. Yukala?
Yeah, same deal. Move my action and oops. 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
All right. Lucilla also moves into the room. Hisik?
Yep. It's
All
30.
right. And as you guys move in, the Jeremiah and the dwarf push the door back, and as you look around, you realize that the door had been barricaded from the inside. And they just like push up against the door as you feel, you hear like scrabbling up against that door, and you see the shadows of many small creatures near the bottom door jamb. You even see little feet and tails kind of lash out through the bottom door jamb. And Jeremiah and the dwarf kind of prop up some wood to kind of makeshift barricade the door against any further incursions. And within a minute or so, you hear the rats frustratingly kind of lose interest and kind of disappear wherever they came from, and the noises stop.
Hate rats. Do we see anything else in this room? Is this like a balcony room?
No, so you're underneath a balcony. You can see where this dotted line in
Okay.
these pillars. These are like supports that go down to the floor and up to a balcony above. A set of stairs and railing lead up to it. You see a door here. You see a set of double doors here. Another set of double doors here. However, you can see that these doors have been bricked over from the inside. And shoddily so. Quick work, shoddy work, but bricked over nonetheless. There's also another door here and a hallway that leads beyond. So stairs rise to a railed balcony that covers 2 walls of this large vaulted chamber. The balcony stands 10 feet above the floor with heavy crossbeams above, reinforcing the 20-foot-high, slate-tiled ceiling. Here and there, missing ceiling tiles have been covered over with thatch. A large, rusty metal tub and a broken wooden frame stand near the staircase. The floor shows spatters of blood and obvious signs of scuffle. What are you guys doing?
Gotta see if anyone survived this place.
I'll listen at the door that I'm at.
As you place your ear up to the door, you hear nothing beyond.
Is there a handle on it?
There is.
I will like to take a peek inside.
Okay, the door squeaks quietly as you open the door. You open it all the way, stealthing in.
As quietly as I can to look inside, yeah.
Okay, so as you peek in, you see faded tapestries showing maritime scenes and dramatic storms at sea hang from the north and south walls of this cozy room. The floor is carpeted in a ragged green shag woven to depict a crashing wave. A low set of book-laden shelves sits against the east wall, and 3 wooden tables and several chairs fill the rest of the room. Books are strewn about the tables and the floor.
No sign of life.
None.
Just so I get an idea. Can I put myself inside so I know how big it is?
Sure. Sorry, my bad.
No, I mean, yeah, it's
There
fine.
you go.
Okay. I don't think anything is pressing in there. We can come back and look for information later. So I tell you, and I'll move. So I'm on the first floor. Is everyone else underneath the balcony, or are they?
Yeah, you're all on the first floor.
Okay. That's what I thought. So I don't want to take everything. Somebody else can. I'm gonna look at these doors when it's my turn again.
Okay.
Guess I'll go look on the balcony to make sure.
You're going to go up to the balcony?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all official. I heard him turn a page.
Oh, yeah.
He did it again.
Okay, so let me do this. No one move. I'm going to do something. Nope. That was an accidental something. Oh, what the heck? There it is. I should have done this something a little while ago.
Sooner, almost. Something sooner.
Schooner. Hold the horses. Maybe I did do it. I did. I did do that something. Oh,
Oh.
hold on. I want to make sure.
There's something. Something just happened.
Yes, something did just happen. But I want to make sure I have everything set up correctly. Boom. Tell me if you guys can see anything. You shouldn't be able to.
I see a large black square. Oh, now I see something. I see just the room we are in. See through some windows.
Yes.
Yeah. there's-
Yeah.
All right. So this is technically just for Vanya. Okay. So Vanya, as you're up on that second floor balcony, you see that it extends around. Here, you see an open archway here, a doorway here, another doorway at the end of the balcony to the north. You do see a number of arrow slits. These aren't windows, they're arrow slits that lead outside. And you see another door here to the east, right at the top of the staircase. Everyone else is down below you looking around.
Cool. More doors up here, guys. I guess I'll just listen at the first one, right by the stairs.
Okay.
Are guys that make arrows in the medieval times, are they musicians?
Musicians. I think they'd be Fletchers, right?
Perception check, please. for
Oh,
me.
they're not arrowsmiths?
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything
Oh.
emanating from that room.
I'll peek in.
Okay, as you peek in, you see a short hallway, about 25 feet long, 10 feet wide. You see another arrow slit leading to the exterior of the abbey, and you see a door to your right there, and a door at the end of this small hallway.
Alright, cool. I'll let other people go. But
Okay. Moving back down below to where everyone else is at. What's everyone doing?
Refreshing because it got black screened.
Classic.
Transition that time.
Where? A little lost on the map here. Oh, there we go. There we go. I guess while we're waiting on Hiss, Ukala will just look down this hallway first.
Okay. So as you move down the hallway, you see, again, these double doors are bricked over. You see what appears to be an arrow slit of some kind placed into this wall. You also notice, but this arrow slit has been bricked over on the inside to seal it up. The hallway continues westward and does a little jog down and again westward again, and you see a door there as well.
Another door this way as well, perhaps leading to the. I think there was, if I recall, there was a tower on this side of the building.
Sure enough. Hisik, what do you want to do at your doors?
I'm going to look at them as well and then open.
Look at them in what way?
Listen at them.
Okay, go ahead. Perception, please.
Perception.
Quiet from inside.
Good night.
Get those ones out now.
Completely quiet.
I stabbed myself in the ear. Yeah, they sound quiet, so I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. As you open the door and move in, you see this large hall has a vaulted ceiling that rises to nearly 30 feet high at its center. The area is dominated by a flagstone hearth at the north end and a 20-foot-high wooden balcony to the south, supported by rickety-looking posts. High windows are set into the east and west walls, which also have door-sized holes smashed through them at either end of the balcony. The shattered remnants of a large trestle table and a pair of benches litter the center of the room. Broken crockery is scattered about, along with chunks of food.
How moldy, old, crusty, dry is the food?
Do a survival check for me. The bread is stale but not moldy. There's like bowls of cream that are absolutely like chunked up and molded. But I mean that would happen reasonably quickly. Just kind of looking over everything, you again get the impression that it hasn't happened that long ago, maybe a couple of days.
I want to go back into the other room and ask the Rangers, when was it that members of your party or guild were last to be here?
Well, they do 3-month rotations.
And no one checks on them during those 3 months? No communication to and from?
So they kind of look sheepishly a little bit. All right. So while we were keen to help you with your mission, King Scotty, of course, being the pragmatic man that he is, sent us along to fulfill one of his own. Normally there's a wizard here that communicates back to the Silver Stand. We lost communication with him a couple of days ago.
No one thought to clue us in on that?
Well, King Scotty bound us to secrecy. And I think he felt that if you knew, you might not be so keen to think that this was a safe haven. And in truth, it was probably a fluke. But, you know, sometimes you gotta keep your cards close to the chest.
Yes, I guess the gift of knowledge is the highest gift in the world.
We'll have some strong words for King Scotty later, but importantly, it seems this foothold is no longer a foothold. Let's try to see what happened here, and sorry to say it doesn't look likely there are any survivors, but
Unless they've sequestered themselves somewhere. And how loud was that shatter, that Vanya?
Pretty loud.
Wow.
Yeah, very loud.
And any, guess I will like to see. I'd like to check and see. Is anybody coming our way?
You
I
stop.
guess that's what I'm looking.
You tell everyone, quiet, quiet. You listen for a good minute. And you don't hear anything.
Okay. Well, we have 2 more doors to check. I want to move over towards Hiss and let her know that if we get into another fight, stay somewhat close to me. I will do what I can to protect you.
All right. What's next, guys?
Chip, were you saying something?
I said we should be fine. I believe in us.
Ukala will do the same deal. Listen at this door and.
Perception, please.
Mhm.
The one of the rangers says, "I'm gonna go upstairs. I'll go with Vanya." So he goes up with you and meets with you in that hallway. You see, are you hear nothing again emanating from this room? Silence.
Open up and pop my head in.
Okay. As you pop your head in, you see this kitchen shows signs of recent use and is fairly clean. A kettle is suspended above a large fireplace, and a brick oven stands nearby. A cutting block bearing half a loaf of bread stands in the center of the room, next to an empty table. Shelves for holding dishes and utensils line the east wall.
Is the half loaf of bread similar condition to what Hisik saw? I assume. Like
Yep.
it's
Stale,
couple days
and
old.
the pot itself seems to be holding some type of vegetable stew that's just kind of getting stagnant and cold. It's ice cold. I think it's been cold for a while. There's another door leading this way.
Smells cold. Smells like it needs more salt. And losing patience, he'll just open this door without checking.
Roll an investigation check.
An investigation check.
Yeah.
Yes. You got it.
You're wrong. It's just salty enough. A perception check on that door if you want.
I think he's getting impatient. He'll just open it.
Oh, okay. So you open the door and move right on in. Inside, you see the walls of this room were once covered, row upon row of wooden shelving holding boxes of foodstuffs, but most of those supplies have been strewn across the floor. A few sausages still hang from hooks on the ceiling rafters, and an undisturbed bin of potatoes is scooted up against the rear face of the kitchen's brick hearth, which would be right over here, which is like a fireplace.
Got it. He'll go back and tell the others. There's a kitchen and pantry in here. They look untouched. One other door that I didn't go through.
Roll an investigation check for me, please.
Sure.
As you're looking around that room, you notice that the back slats of the potato bin are built into the brick of the hearth's rear face. So basically what you're looking at here in the hearth is strangely this bin, which is kind of odd in the first place. as it's in a hearth. As you look at it closely, you notice that the back's wooden slats of that bin connect to the back wall of the hearth itself, and you start trying to move the bin, but it doesn't move at all. And it should.
Is there a space beneath the bin, like someone could still use the hearth to make a fire, or is it like on the bottom?
It looks ornamental.
There's like a motorcycle going by. Is there and there's just potatoes in the bin, you said?
Yes.
Carefully move, search through the potatoes to see if there's a trap or something beneath them.
Go ahead and roll another investigation check for me.
Okay. Anticipate there being a trap here.
As you begin pulling all of the potatoes out slowly, one by one, Lucilla comes up behind you, taps her booted foot. You do take a long time. You reassure her that you want to be careful, reminding her that she has made a mistake or two in her time, and as you take the last potato out of the bin, you start tugging and pulling on the potato bin itself to move it. And as you do so, you hear a grinding noise. And you watch as it pulls out and disconnects completely. And you're able to pull out the back wall of the hearth with the potato bin itself and reveal a hidden chamber behind and a ladder that leads down below.
Go tell the others there's some sort of secret passage here. It's possible there are survivors within.
All right. So Lucilla comes out and tells you all, your callers found something. It looks dank and wet and dark. It's below, maybe a cellar. Who's going first?
Are there rats?
There's only one way to find out.
Alright, let's go have a look at
Alright.
crazy cellar.
So,
I'm not sure where you guys.
Do you see where I'm pinging?
I do.
Okay, yeah.
No. I don't know how you
I'm
got
probably gonna have to do this anyway.
there. Oh, there. I got you.
Yeah, if you go through the door that's to the left and there, yeah.
Yeah, if you look away for a moment on these maps, you have no idea where people went.
It's very true. Alright, I'm going to move everyone here for a second. I'm going to copy. And then I'm going to paste. And then I'm going to put everyone right up here so we can all see what's going on. What was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
What in the world was that?
It's like the best stretches in the world. No.
Okay. Who's going down first?
Oh, it's fine.
okay.
Happy to do. Sorry, what were you gonna?
All right. So,
Hissick will follow you.
all right. A rickety ladder leads down from the larder into a musty subterranean chamber enclosed by rough masonry walls. 3 trembling figures are huddled against the far wall, sharing the chamber with the dusty, deteriorated remains of an armored corpse. The body's sightless eye sockets stare up blankly, and a small silver disc is clutched in one of its skeletal hands. A horizontal crevice between 2 blocks in the south wall glows with a faint daylight, marking a narrow opening that leads outside of the abbey.
And sorry, Brad. Was this was a ladder down? Right?
Yes,
Or was it
yeah,
a
you're
ladder
going
up?
down into like a cellar. Here's the ladder. So I should have put you guys over there, but in effect, you're down in a dank cellar, and you see a dead guy in armor and 3 trembling guys that don't look like they're doing very well. Initially, as you come down the ladder, they're like, oh, no, no. Oh, dear God. You're not one of them.
I look at our ranger friends and ask, friends of yours?
Well, they kind of look forward. The only one I know is Janor. Janor, it's me, Jeremiah. Jeremiah. Thank heavens! And he races forward and embraces him. So they've sent a battalion? How many did you bring?
This is all of us.
That's it, huh? Oh, well, we're grateful you came either way. This is he turns and he points at this guy over here. That's Barrett, Glorfrin, and that's Morley Tobe. Old Barrett's not doing so good, and as you kind of look over, you see that they're each not. They don't look very good. Morley himself is not looking great either. They're exhibiting kind of pale skin, and they have sores on their body. Barrett, in particular, has a large amount of these sores that are kind of hard to see in the very dim light of the cellar. And they just
What
kind of.
happened here?
Well,
And sorry, Brad. They're all human, or they're?
yes, they're all human.
Got it. It was Barrett, Janora, and what was the third?
Morley. So
Morley.
Janor he looks okay. Like, he doesn't look sick. He may have a wound or two here, a scratch or two, but these two look ill. Morley himself is not as bad, but Barrett looks very ill. He's just in the corner. He's barely paying attention to what's going on. Barely conscious. He's pale. He's got this moist sheen to him, and he's covered in sores. Again, that are kind of hard to see from where you're at. Janor calls up to you. Have you seen a fourth of us? Another one, a man named Aaron. Did you see him on the way in?
You're the first we've seen. least among
Damn
the
it.
living.
He was going to go up to the bell tower, see if he could. Well, probably just to get a break from being down here.
In truth, we haven't made it that far.
All right, well, he could still be alive.
There's hope. But again, what befell you?
Well, the Abbey was attacked.
By what?
Dead men. Scores of them. We've seen zombies and the undead roaming the forests of the Dreadwood many times before in our patrols, but never in this concentration. And not this variety. We've never seen the like before.
What do you mean?
They're wet and they're covered in these blue sores that as you attack them, touch them, kill them, they explode, sending vile ichor all over the place, infecting you even if you are victorious in battle against them. They slowly kill the living, turn them into one of them. Those that they kill eventually wake up and undeath and become them automatically.
So everything that he just described, I look at Vanya. Sounds familiar. And then I also look at these two cats down here.
Okay.
Who, what he just described, sounds like is happening to those two. This
Yeah,
one
does it
even
sound
worse.
like what Vanya had?
It does sound very similar, but you won't know for sure unless you inspect. And it's hard to see from where you're at.
I think
What
I
did
may
we-
have had this. I might be immune. I can go look closer.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Vanya?
I don't know. I'm hoping I'm immune, so I'll just get, I don't know, I guess a little closer.
Okay. Go ahead and
See
roll
if
an investigation check or a medicine check with advantage.
Have we done anything to
Medicine.
cure these guys in the past? I mean,
Well, the only time you've run into it was the zombies in the chapel
right?
in Saltmarsh, which is how Vanya contracted it. And yes, Vanya, as you move forward, you recognize the sores and the boils from personal experience. They are definitely infected with a very similar, if not the exact same, strain of whatever you had back in Saltmarsh those many months / a year or two ago.
If
In game was just a couple weeks ago.
It was a couple months ago, yeah.
For the rest of it, it was
In fact,
2 years ago.
I'm surprised you remembered it. Pleasantly
What?
surprised.
I seem to remember Lucilla found a little silver figurine, and then Hiss cast Identify, and it was like a little silver figure covered with blue sapphires that we thought might have turned the priest at the chapel into a zombie, and then Hiss cast Identify on it, and it had some sort of necrotic magic, and it seemed to be able to turn a killed humanoid into that sort of zombie or something like this.
Yeah. What do we do with that?
I don't
That figure.
remember.
Lucilla knows.
Yeah, it's somewhere in her notes.
I personally don't remember.
Anyways.
Hisik is going to draw his long sword, short sword. Definitely not an area for a chain or a arrow, bow and arrow.
Okay.
Kind of wish he could. Can I ready an action, even though we're not in any kind of combat or anything?
Of course.
I really don't trust this guy.
Which guy?
The guy in the corner that you said looks the worst. Next, I don't trust that guy. Because they both sound like they're getting ready to become The Walking Dead.
Janor and Morley notice you pulling out your... You said an arrow?
No, my swords.
Your swords. Hey, wait, what are you doing? And he, like, moves between him and you. Leave them be. There's got to be some way to cure him. These are friends of mine.
I understand.
They fought off the first attack. And we defended as much as we can. We boarded the place up as much as we could. But it wasn't enough. We're all that's left.
And I plan to not to attack them. But by your own description of the events and the way that the enemies turned your allies, look at your friend.
Did you find the dead upstairs? Rangers in cloaks, like Jeremiah's.
No, only parts.
Shit. Then their numbers have swelled. They come back every night, searching for us.
Well, it's still daylight, right? You said there was a hole with daylight coming through.
Yes, but it's fading.
Vanya, is there anything that you can do for these souls?
Thing is, I think I tried lesser restoration on myself.
How did we heal you?
I just got
Yeah, I
better.
think she just overcame it.
She did overcome. She did it a specific way.
We don't remember that.
Let me look at my notes.
I know. I'm looking at my notes. I'm like,
You guys have so you've seen the meme that has what was the movie where Jennifer Aniston, they went and drove some drugs back?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know the meme where it's like the guy got $100,000 and then eventually gets to the kid. They say, "You guys are getting paid?"
That's right.
Yeah.
That was,
you guys have notes.
yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that. You guys have notes? Of course, Lucille, Charlotte, she's the guy in that. She's got all the notes.
You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
I'm the kid in that. I have no notes. And I have a terrible memory. I'm an old guy. I should be taking that Joe Rogan Alpha Brain.
All right.
Yes, I don't recall.
What's the plan here? The dwarf looks at Jeremiah. The Abbey is lost.
Well, why would they attack the Abbey? Are they? Is there a method to their attacks? Do they seem to be wanting something?
To kill us, I suppose, says Janor. The Abbey was meant as a foothold in a way that we could branch out and range further in. Though we've been patrolling the Dreadwood for years and years, allied with the Silver Stand, We know very little about the inner core of the forest, the inner layers, and as you move further and further in, the forest gets deeper, and the monsters get more frightening. And sometimes, this is where our more challenging foes come from. They reach the edges of the forest.
Do
Our
you
hope-
feel these
Sorry, go
attacks
ahead.
are direct? These attacks are directed against you in an effort in an attempt to drive you out.
Perhaps we were gaining knowledge of areas of the Dreadwood that have never been seen before. Taking notes, studying the area, gaining knowledge about our foe, Granny Nightshade and her domain, the Dreadwood. Perhaps we were not as fortified and secure as we thought. We even started not killing some of the monsters that we came into contact with, and we would interrogate them, so to speak, to gather information, trying to find where Granny Nightshade had her lair. Perhaps we were but a nuisance to her originally. But if she caught wind of that activity, perhaps she thought we became a greater threat and sent the legions upon us.
I don't know about the rest of you, but it seems the loss of life in getting this far would be wasted if we abandon this place and give the ground.
Yes, I'm not sure abandoning this foothold, if it could still be called that, would be wise.
We have the means of reporting back, informing those of our situation.
The 7 of you are going to hold this place? Will we take it? I mean, I'm willing to help. These two, they're in no fighting shape. Night will be coming soon, and they will return. Mark my words. Every night since the attack, they return.
Well,
you said you boarded this place up, right?
Yes.
So if we can make a chokehold of something, we might be able to hold them off for a while.
I imagine you took down some of our fortifications.
we're more defensible here than we are out on our own in the marsh. For the time being, we are here. With nightfall approaching, I think we need to make the best of this. And I'm not sure if in a hole is the best place to.
They will find us here eventually, it's true. We're running out of food, and these two need medical attention quickly. I'm afraid Barrett is all but gone.
Well, I suggest before nightfall you come with us upstairs. We can search for your companion, bolster our defenses, and then in the event that things... If we really are overrun, we would need you two to gather whatever notes, information you have about the Dreadwood. In the event we do need to abandon this place, that knowledge would not be lost.
All right. Sounds like a plan. What of us? What do you plan to do after? If we survive the night? We'll take you back, said the dwarf. These fine folk, I think they have other business. If we survive the night, we will escort you back to the Silver Stand.
Before we go on, I gotta step away real quick. But go
All
ahead without me.
All right. All right. Then let's get started. All right. So you guys have a couple of hours. I'd say about 4 hours before nightfall. What is it you would like to do at that time?
Let's see. I think we should make a choke point of some sort if we can. Man, I don't have materials for traps, but
Well, Hiss knows that there was a wizard here, so she's gonna find where he stayed.
oh
Try
yeah.
to find his stuff.
Okay.
Like the little loop gremlin
Yeah,
she
and we
is.
should look for that guy to see if there's Aaron. Find him.
All right. So, Janor looks at Morley. Morley, take care of Barrett. I'll be up above if you need anything. All right. I'll see you in a bit. And with that, he climbs up the ladder, and you guys follow suit. And we'll move back up to the first floor, where we were at. All right, let's kind of spread out in this main area, and then you guys kind of decide where you want to go and what you want to do from here.
Yeah, I like Vanya's idea. So Ukala will ask Janor if they typically come from a certain, like, do they come through the front gate when they attack? Are they coming from multiple directions? To get that sort of info.
Well, Aaron was the one that did most of the fortifications. I stayed below. We fortified as best we could the first night. All we heard was screams coming from all over the abbey as our rangers fought and died defending the place. We joined them. We fought with them, but realized we were outmatched and overrun. So we went into the secret bolt hole, down into the cellar, and there we hid until the morning. The dead left the abbey, which gave us time to make some more fortifications, which are the ones you see here. The bricked up double doors. These doors here, which you guys pushed outward. And ultimately, I stayed below while the fortifications were being done. Aaron was the one who did all of that, and he would return to us every night. He left again today, and he did not return.
Alright, you said he went to the wizard's tower, so I suppose we should start looking there first.
Well, it's not a wizard's tower. He went to the tower. It's the belfry. There's a large bell up there. I think he was going to have a look since he didn't really have any other fortifications to do. But there are materials spread about the place that we could probably use. There's tables, chairs, and probably some other supplies that we could find. But yes, if you could check the tower for Aaron, I would be most grateful. And I'll start gathering the information I can. The journals, the notes about the Dreadwood. And with that, he goes into the library area and starts gathering stuff. Lucilla looks at... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Lucilla looks at Vanya. I'll go with you into the belfry, if that's what you want. Anyone else want to come along?
Yeah, you all can and start fortifications, or you can come with us. Up to y'all.
Hiss can carry very little, so I was just gonna tag along.
Yeah, Ukala will stay.
Okay, so you guys go to the belfry. We'll do your stuff first. You find the door is locked. Lucilla gets down on her hands and knees, pulls out her lockpick set, starts to work on it. Oh,
yeah.
my dear God.
Damn.
That woman. Yeah, she just sticks in the pick in the torsion bar, and within a second. No wonder these zombies broke in here. Easy as cake. And you move through into the belfry. Give me a second. This damp, dark tower room smells of rot and mildew. The floor glistens with puddles of water, and trickles of moisture dribble down the wall to the west and south. What once might have been barrels and crates stacked against the walls have decayed into nearly unidentifiable heaps of mold. There is as you kind of look around, you see that these broken open barrels and molded crates basically reveal a bunch of ruined linens and brackish water that kind of has leaked out. There is a ceiling to this room. And so the access to the rest of the tower is probably not here, but on the second floor. But as you kind of move through this room, you don't really see anything valuable, at least for any fortifications or materials.
No, my internet sucks.
All right, what are you guys doing, or what are the other guys doing?
Yeah, it's just making sure we don't see people anywhere. No signs of them.
Roll a perception check, or an investigation check, rather. Roll an investigation check.
Red. Ah, always 6.
You don't see anything.
Back. Sorry.
Give me a second here. No humans. No one hiding. It's just an empty, damp, gross place.
Where'd he go?
What happened? I'm sorry. What did I miss?
So they went into the belfry, but they realized there was nothing in the bottom floor of it, which there is a ceiling to it. Not very far up. It's like a 10-foot ceiling above you. This is more of a storeroom, and the rest of the belfry you realize is probably built on top of that. And there's most likely access from the second floor.
Probably gonna go up.
Yeah, we'll go up to the second floor.
Okay.
So Vanya and Hiss went off with somebody else?
Lucilla.
Lucilla, okay. So we split the party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The ladies and the guys.
All right. So let me see here. All right. So the three of you move into this room where you had been before, Vanya. Where would you like to go from here?
I'm guessing it's the end. Guess I'll listen at this end door here.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me. You hear wind.
Alright, I'll open. Just look.
Okay. So as you open up this door and move through, you see what can only be described as like a hallway without a roof. The walls are about 10 feet high or so, and there are arrow slits here, here, and here. As you move around the corner, you see arrow slits here at the end of this hallway, an arrow slit into here, and an arrow slit into here. The hallway jogs left. So basically, this is kind of an open air battlement hallway, more or less. As you look through this area here, you see that there's a partial wall divides this chamber into two sections. You can't really see the second section. The arrow slit allows you to see into like the southern portion of this room, and you can see it kind of continues on. But you see tables crowd this room, all covered with sheaves of paper, quills, ink pots, candles, and a few bound books. Numerous uncomfortable-looking stools stand around the tables, and one of the ink pots has been overturned, resulting in a large black stain on one tabletop.
Okay, it's in here. Cool.
Yeah,
I'll
roll.
come back.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, yeah, cool. I was gonna look in.
Okay, are you guys following her? Hiss and Lucilla?
Yep, tagging along.
Okay, tagging along. All right, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I guess we can come back to that. We'll keep going.
Okay. As you move there, roll a... First, how quiet are you guys trying to be?
Well, that's one of those questions of
How...
that changes my answer. A
I know. I like I want to say.
How quiet were you trying to be?
Mine is not very quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, in all honesty, not being quiet, assuming that this was abandoned, so that's on.
Yeah, exactly. And Vanya's not quiet. Like,
All right.
Actually, we figured out that your armor,
walks everywhere.
but your armor like is not super loud.
It's not
don't have to-
actually. Yeah.
All right. So as you guys are walking, through, not trying to be quiet, you hear rustling coming from the room next door, from the north side of that room. And as you peek in through the arrow slit, you see a huge snake uncoiling from underneath one of the tables. And again, you see another snake uncoiling from beneath one of those tables. And you hear Lucilla kind of exclaim in surprise.
What kind of abbey is this?
Oh no. Black on yellow.
Kill a fellow. You see 3 giant coral snakes. One has already crawled out of the arrow slit behind Lucilla, and 2 are making their way towards this arrow slit here. And this one's trying to come out this arrow slit as well, towards Lucilla. What do you guys do? Well, I'm going to just have you guys roll initiative for now. Okay. Hiss, you go first. This thing is like nosing up through the arrow slit, right in your face.
Hmm. You kill it. Yeah, just. Yeah, firebolt.
Firebolt. All right, you stick your hand through the but it's going to be a disadvantage because you're in melee range.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh darn it! Oh, stop it! Gosh darn it! I hate when that happens. Sorry, I had to reload my page. You hit it anyways for 10 fire damage. Come on. Roll 20. And what do you do after that? Oh my gosh, these things are so...
Friendly?
Anyways, yeah, they're super friendly.
This is gonna set up.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it can't make an opportunity attack through that wall. Or through that arrow slit. Move where you want to move if you can. Alright, it's the coral snake's turn. It's gonna come like halfway out. It's like on its way crawling out. This one moves in towards Lucilla around the corner, blocking this other creature's way out. And it's going to attack Lucilla. With a bite attack, an 11, which misses. This one's going to try to attack you, Vanya. With a bite, it strikes. It rears back and launches at you, striking at you, but you're able to duck out of the way. You don't get hit. Oh shoot, I didn't do Lucilla. Oh, there she goes. She should have gone first, but that's what it is. All right, Vanya, you're up. What do you want to do?
You know what? I'll actually take out my sword and I'll try to behead the one closest.
Heck yeah. Do it. So you take out your long sword. As you pull it from its sheath, lightning sparks from the hilt to the tip. Yeah, and you hit it big time. As you smash down on it.
Nice.
Heck yeah, dealing 16, 17, and 22 damage to this creature. Smashing it. Well done.
And I'll just stay where I am, kind of blocking it.
Okay. This actually should have been like that. All right. So Lucilla didn't get a turn last time, so I'm going to say her turn last time was to yell as loud as she possibly could. Guys, we've got snakes! Help! And you guys down below hear this, so I'm going to have you guys go ahead and roll initiative as well. All right, has everyone rolled? Boom. All right, Lucilla's going to go first. She's going to pull out her rapier, and she's going to attack this guy right next to her. Wow. And somehow she misses it. And she's going to stay within range. Yuke, you're up. Actually, she's going to move away. Bonus action disengage, and she's going to move out of its range.
Whoops. Whoopsie. How did I
And
get out of it?
and you're up here, Yuke, right here.
Okay. Sorry, I rolled 20. Just waking out for a second. Give it a second to load back in.
Classic 20. Classic roll 20.
I think it was my fault. I think it was my fault.
Never admit
Yeah.
you were wrong.
So, I think full movement will get me inside this first door here. I assume the noise is coming from this way?
Yep,
Or-
you race up the steps and you blast through the open door. And you see here that this door here is open as well. And beyond that, you can see in a tight 10-foot corridor, you see the back end of a huge snake, striped red, black, and yellow, kind of disappearing around the corner. And you hear the sounds of fighting beyond.
All right, I'll use the dash action to chase after it.
All right. As you run through the door, you come up behind the snake and you see Hiss and Lucilla trapped between two huge snakes, one of which is crawling through an arrow slit and is in active combat with Vanya. These guys run up here as well?
Can I bonus action rage while I'm at it?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we'll do that.
As you start chanting, your ancestral guardians appear, and you get this kind of flashback. This memory flashes across your psyche of fighting a huge basilisk in the middle of a forest clearing. And as you look at your arm, you see this like twisting tattoo of black ink roiling around your forearm. Hiss, you're up. Both of these scouts pull out their longbows, and they both fire. Ooh, 2 ranged attacks? They can do 2 each? And they're going to fire at the back end of this snake as it's disappearing around the corner. They hit it 3 times between the 2 of them. 13. Ooh, not bad. 22 damage. They pepper it with arrows from behind. Hiss, you're up.
Okay. It just takes so much restraint to not accidentally burn a building down.
Much of this building is made of stone. There are portions of the roof that are made of thatch, but the vast majority of the roof is made of stone tile as well.
Wait, no. Fireball shapes around corners, and I can't see them, so I torch them too. So we're not gonna accidentally crisp anyone either. We're just gonna be responsible and scorching ray this one in the meaty bits. Should be, man. Probably. 2, 3.
You hit all 3. 11, 15. 34 damage on this one below you or above you?
Above.
All right. As it's crawling out of this hole, you're just searing off huge chunks of snake meat that like launch off of its body and stick to the wall. Some of that is like flying out of the other arrow slit out into the yard beyond. Histic, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to run up the stairs, through the door. Maybe. I see this dude. Where's everybody else at? I have no idea.
You have no idea.
So that's 35. That is 40. Oh, there's everybody. And I have 50, so I will go to here and I will attack. With my longsword. And is it still alive after 20?
Yes, it is still alive after 20. Wait, you ran through this door?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. So you see that's a third snake that you see preparing to crawl out of this bolt hole.
Is it alive after a total of 31?
Yes.
Okay. That I will kick it since I can do that for free.
You hit it again. You're just like pummeling it from behind.
Slash kick.
Slash kick. The giant coral snake sees you, turns, and launches itself at you. It probably won't hit you because you have a massive armor class, but you never know.
I have 22 currently.
22?
Yep.
All right.
If I am dual wielding, I get a +1.
All right, so this one slithers forward. Go ahead and make an opportunity attack, Yuke, if you want to.
Survey says sure. Let's do it.
I take it back. 20. I don't have Shield of Faith on.
Well, I mean,
yeah. It's just
Definitely hits. 12 plus 2 is
it's just
14.
Yeah, just the 14.
Okay. And it tries to bite you. Hiss. Boink. A 13. Does not hit. These are the worst coral snakes in the whole world.
I like them.
Glad something isn't able to actually, bite me for once.
This one's going to try to bite you, Vanya, because it's in combat with you. 24. That'll do. You take 10 piercing damage as it launches out, mouth wide. It envelops your entire shoulder, and you feel its fangs pierce your armor, punch through with a sickening crunch, and you feel the sting of venom as it pumps into your body. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. You're able to push past the effects, however. Well done. Vanya, you're up.
I will, I guess, snap my fingers and toll the dead on him.
All right. You watch as he thrashes wildly from side to side, smashing his head against the tight-walled corridor. Oh, he passes. So he takes no damage.
Lame.
Any movement you want to do, feel free. Lucilla's up. She looks left, she looks right. She's trapped. So she's going to attack the coral snake with her rapier. And she misses again. She's back, ladies and gentlemen. We know her, we love her. Lucilla. She. Oh man, yeah, she stays there with you, Hiss. You, Kali, you're up.
All right. He'll kind of yell at the snake and be like, "Hey, over here on me," and he'll try to cut into it. I'll do a reckless attack.
So you're moving up tight on him.
Oh yeah, did I? Sorry.
Oh, baby. That's 28. That's 30 damage. As you raise your axe above your head, you smash it down a couple of segments into its body, and you just cut it straight off. He just starts pouring and gushing blood out behind him.
And I will do my second attack. Also reckless. Dope.
That hits. So you do another 18 damage.
All right.
The scouts are up. They can't see anything, and they're gonna not really be involved at this point in time. Hiss, you're up. What are you doing?
I can use my action to summon my, really summon. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to summon my teapot. And use bonus action to shoot it.
It appears next to you. Go ahead and fire it, but with disadvantage, I think, because it's a ranged weapon, yes?
It's a ranged magic attack. And I think it's based on where it's placed, but it's going to be next to me, so it doesn't matter in this case.
He's not. He's within regular range for a ranged attack. You wouldn't be disadvantaged against this guy.
I think it's disadvantage if there's an enemy next to you. It doesn't matter if you're shooting at that enemy.
Oh, okay. That's true. I think you're right. Okay, go ahead and fire it, if you so desire it. Doesn't matter. You smash him. Which one are you shooting at?
The one right here is still alive, right? Or
Yeah, it
the
is.
one that got cleaved up.
It
Okay.
is. It's cleaved up, but it's still alive.
Then probably that one.
All right. Well, how do you want to kill him? How does your teapot do its work?
I want the teapot to take aim at the fresh wound and just scalding tea right into it.
It like, so your teapot just kind of like toddles over to the back of it, doot, 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 and sets up right behind it, and just blast that scalding. What kind of tea? Putting you on the spot. Think of a tea.
I'm trying to think of if there was some kind of snake pun for tea, but I don't have one. Chamomile.
Some chamomile tea straight up the pipe, and you watch as the boiling water shoots up the backside of the snake, and you watch as the skin start. Hold on. I'll see you in a bit, buddy. I love you. About to describe a horrific death of a snake. There you go. The boiling water and the boiling tea shoots up the back of the snake, and you watch as from the inside out, the snake from the tail to the neck starts boiling and bubbling, the skin separating from the muscle beneath, and it just starts splitting and sliding off from the inside. The snake's head comes crashing down to the stone floor of the battlement walkway, steam pouring out of its mouth and its eye sockets.
And now your son has nightmares of snakes.
Now he's inside. All right, Hisik, you're up.
I'm going to continue to attack the one in front of me. And another one.
That hits. Another one. DJ Khaled. Both of those hit.
Still alive.
It's 15. Yep. Also hit. You never miss.
I
26,
earlier.
26 damage.
Be 38 total.
All right. Yeah, you trashed it. Still alive, but just looking like it's really hurting. All right. Coral snakes are up. This thing tries to... it just attacks you. It's cornered. It doesn't know where to go. In a panic state, it just lashes out and strikes. 16 misses you, Hisik, and this attacks you, Vanya. And it misses completely. Vanya, you're up.
Guess after being bitten last time.
Sorry, I
Let's
still
try
had
to, like-
Bless on.
Yeah, you're good. She'll just reach out, grab it, and cast Inflict Wounds on it. If I hit.
All right.
Oh, I missed.
No, you didn't. You hit it.
Oh, I hit it?
Oh, wait.
Okay.
You did miss it. It's a 13. That's my bad. That's a bummer. You did miss it. As you reach out, it, like, in panicked state, just pulls its head back quickly and just fingertips barely brush its neck as you reach out to grab it. Lucilla's up. She races forward to help you in combat. Slashes at it with a rapier, and this time she hits it. And she should get her Accuracy. Get her sneak attack. Come on. Why aren't you rolling that? There we go. She gets it for 20 damage. She punches through the bottom and up through the head and pulls her rapier back out, spilling blood all over the floor. It's hurting really bad. Yuke, you're up.
All right. It's getting crowded up here. Let's make it more crowded. So, get up here and reckless attack once more.
How do you want to kill this thing?
Let's do the classic removal of the head.
It like lashes out at you and strikes at your feet. You lift one booted foot up off the floor and smash it down on the top of its head, grinding your boot heel into the top. It tries to weakly pull its way out, but it can't. You raise your axe high above your head and slam it down behind its neck at the top, base of its head. The head comes off cleanly and bounces across the floor into Vanya's boots and bounces off into the wall. It like writhes its way and like pulls its body back into the room it came from, as it was kind of halfway in, halfway out, spraying blood all over the inside of the wall. Hiss, you are up. You don't see any real threats. Handily, you do hear like fighting in the room next door, but that's about it.
So if I peek in here, I can see what's going on, right?
Yeah, you see a huge snake facing off against Hisik, and Hisik's beating the shit out of it.
As Hisik does.
It's like a punching bag.
Yeah, that's all on brand. It's just gonna fairy fire in there and shape it around Hisik so it doesn't affect him.
Okay. You watch Hisik, you see this violet light surround and encapsulize the coral snake, making it even easier to see and hit. Hisik, you're up.
Go get him.
I will. Longsword.
Chop it, slice it, open up a huge gash along the side of its neck and head. And again,
Sure.
how do you want to kill this with your sword?
So the swipe from the short sword is kind of an uppercut.
Okay.
And it catches it underneath the chin and slicing and kind of bifurcating or splitting the head in two.
Okay. So yeah, you as you slice with your long sword, you kind of give yourself an opening as it tries to avoid it, and you use your left hand. You punch through the bottom of the head, up through the top, all the way through its mouth. You turn, place the crossguard of your long sword against the crossguard of your short sword, and you just push out the front, and the short sword just slices straight through the snout and the lower jaw of the snake, and it's with a sickening slick sound and crunch. It splits into two, spilling blood and venom onto the floor of the room you're in, and it crashes down dead and lifeless.
I commend you on all the S's that you used in killing that snake.
That slick snake?
Yes, there were lots of yes. Just to make sure, I'm gonna go over here, make sure there's not another enemy behind the wall.
Just another dead snake and a lot of
Okay.
blood.
A lot of blood.
A lot of blood.
Well,
Don't worry, guys. I'm whittling you down with small
Yes, I've
battles.
been
Not you.
very
Not yet.
the secret is refuse to use any of your 3rd or 4th level spell slots. And then accidentally burn your friends or the boat.
All right. With the battle complete, 3 huge snakes dead on the floor, and actually much of this abbey still yet to be explored, perhaps fortified and prepared for the return of the Walking Dead. We'll leave our adventure for next time.
awesome. Guys, I don't mean to jump off quickly, but I'm gonna go help my wife do some stuff.